As an Orthodox Jewish man, I find it absolutely fascinating how the entire world is obsessed with us right now. It's obsessed with the Jewish people. And I think it has a lot to do with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West claiming that they are the real Jews, etc., etc. So instead of shying away from the topic, and instead of calling it anti-Semitic, I want to use it as an opportunity to educate the world, because there is a way that you could be more Jewish. And I want to call this segment Judaism for Gentiles, because God is a universal concept, and I want to help share that with you. So, when the Jewish people were in the desert and we were receiving our Torah, the Old Testament, the Bible, from Mount Sinai, we were given explicit directions to give to the world. Now, admittedly, we have not done a great job at publicizing the 7 principles that we're supposed to give to the world. In this video, I will give you those 7 principles, how you could live a godlier life, how you could be closer to God. And if the entire world followed these 7 principles, it would be a much better place. So please stick with me from the beginning until the end, and let's jump right in. So number 1, do not profane God's oneness in any way. What does that mean? That you cannot have 2 gods, you cannot have 3 gods, you cannot have 4 gods. You could only have one God. You have to recognize that everything comes from Him, everything ends with Him, everything begins with Him, and there's only one address who created the world, and that is God Himself. Number 2, do not curse your Creator. So it's become very popular today to say, I'm going to leave out the G, odd damn it, right? They use God's name to curse things, or they will curse God Himself, or they will use God's name in vain. So one of the 7 principles of acting more Jewish is to not use God's name in vain. Number 3, do not murder. We believe that every person is a world in themselves. So when you kill a person, that is like killing an entire world. We have to protect the sanctity of life. Number 4, do not eat the limb of a living animal. In other words, you cannot harm and you cannot hurt animals. We have to be sensitive towards them. And if we're going to eat them, you have to make sure that you kill them first so that they don't feel the unnecessary pain of ripping off their limbs and eating them. Number 5, do not steal. A lot of people today, if they know for sure that if they stole something, they would not be caught and they wouldn't get in trouble or they wouldn't go to jail, they would most likely steal that thing. Under these 7 principles, in order to come closer to God, you have to act just and moral, even if you for sure are not going to get caught. Why? Because there's always an eye that sees and an ear that hears, and all of our deeds are being recorded in a book. So we want to make sure that we are acting justly because God wants justice. Don't steal. Number 6, respect sexuality. So today, sexuality is something that anything goes. So we're talking about incest, adultery, rape, and sexuality between man and woman has to be respected and has to be treated with the utmost sanctity. At the end of the day, sexuality is how we create life. There's nothing that you can do to become more like God, becoming like a creator, than engaging in sexuality. So you see with pornography today, you see with rape today, you see with all kinds of stuff today that is not good, that is not godly. That pushes God away. In our sexual relationships, we have to treat sex with sanctity and the respect that it deserves. And number 7 is to establish courts of law, and to respect court systems, because at the end of the day, God is just and He wants justice. And when we establish court systems that are built on the foundation of God's rules and godliness, that is a way to come closer to our Creator. I hope this brought you value. If you want to research more of this, by the way, you could check it out online. Just Google 7 Noahide laws. You'll find a ton of information about this. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you hated the video, I want to hear your comments as well. God bless you guys. Have a great day. My name is Beryl Solomon, and it's been an absolute pleasure spending these few minutes with you. God bless. Take care.